Vietnam has built a strong reputation as one of the most welcoming countries in Asia. Every year, millions of visitors arrive expecting stunning landscapes, incredible food, deep history, and warm hospitality, and for the vast majority of people, that is exactly what they experience. But alongside this positive image, a quieter conversation has been slowly emerging among locals, long-term residents, travelers, and observers of tourism trends. What happens when a small minority of visitors do not respect the spirit of openness and hospitality that makes Vietnam attractive to millions of travelers each year? Could the actions of a few, over time, influence the experience of everyone else? And more importantly, how can a country maintain its welcoming identity while still ensuring respect for its laws, culture, and communities? This video is not about blaming anyone, it's about exploring a growing challenge that many popular destinations eventually face as global interest increases, because once that balance begins to shift, it can be difficult to restore.
Over the past decade, Vietnam has become one of the world's most attractive destinations. From the emerald waters of Ha Long Bay, to the lantern-lit streets of Hoi An, to the fast-moving energy of Ho Chi Minh City, and the historic depth of Hanoi, Vietnam offers a mix of experiences that feels both unique and deeply memorable. Visitors, including us, arrive for many different reasons. Some come for a short holiday. Others want to explore Vietnam's culture, traditions, and history in greater depth. Many are drawn to the food alone, from steaming bowls of pho, to fresh banh mi, to regional dishes that reflect the country's rich culinary identity. Beyond tourism, others come for work, investment, teaching, entrepreneurship, or remote careers that allow them to live across borders. Over time, some choose to stay longer. They build relationships, start families, create jobs, and become part of local communities. This growing international interest has contributed to Vietnam's economic growth, global visibility, and cultural exchange in meaningful ways. Most foreigners who come here understand something important from the beginning. They are guests. They respect local traditions. They follow the law. They appreciate the opportunity to be here, and many leave with lasting admiration for the country and its people. Still, like any globally popular destination, experiences are not always uniform.
To be clear, this is not about foreigners in general. The vast majority are respectful, law-abiding, and contribute positively to Vietnam in many visible and invisible ways. The concern is centered around a relatively small minority whose behavior can sometimes draw disproportionate attention. This is something seen in many countries that attract large numbers of international visitors. Some of these situations may include issues such as working without proper authorization, using tourist status in ways not intended for long-term stay, operating businesses outside legal frameworks, ignoring local regulations, causing public disturbances, disregarding cultural or community expectations. Individually, these cases may seem limited in scope, but over time, they can influence public perception, and perception, especially in tourism and immigration contexts, often carries real weight. As those perceptions evolve, it's natural for broader questions to appear in public discussions. How should rules be applied? How can compliance be encouraged more effectively? And how can systems remain fair for everyone involved? These conversations often shape long-term policy directions, even if gradually.
Interestingly, the most significant challenge is not always the individual incidents themselves. It is often the broader response they can trigger over time. In many places, when authorities observe repeated misuse of systems, the reaction can extend beyond isolated cases. Policies may become stricter, processes may become more detailed, requirements may become more tightly regulated. These adjustments are usually made with the intention of maintaining order and clarity. However, they can also have wider effects than originally expected, because such changes do not only impact those who created the issues, they also affect people who are already following the rules carefully. Long-term residents, responsible travelers, retirees, investors, business owners, digital nomads, and future visitors who had no role in the problem itself. This is one of the key challenges for any country experiencing rapid global popularity. It highlights the importance of addressing issues early while they are still manageable in scope.
A useful comparison can be seen in Thailand. For many years, Thailand has been one of the most visited countries in the world, attracting tourists, retirees, entrepreneurs, and long-term residents in large numbers. Its flexible entry and visa environment made it highly accessible and appealing. Over time, however, authorities became more attentive to concerns such as visa misuse, unauthorized work, and informal business activity operating outside official frameworks. In response, enforcement gradually became more structured and closely monitored. Visa runs became more difficult, border procedures became more detailed, long-term stay conditions faced increased scrutiny. From a policy perspective, these changes were aimed at improving compliance and protecting the integrity of the system. At the same time, many individuals who had always followed the rules found themselves adapting to new procedures and expectations. This is often how immigration systems evolve when they reach a certain scale of global demand. The key takeaway is not about whether enforcement is right or wrong. It is more about how small, recurring issues can eventually lead to broader adjustments if left unaddressed for long periods.
For many people, Vietnam is more than a destination. It becomes part of their personal story. It is where friendships are formed, where businesses are launched, where families are built, where long-term plans take shape. That kind of connection creates something valuable, goodwill. And Vietnam has benefited greatly from that goodwill on a global scale. But goodwill is not automatic. It is maintained through mutual understanding and shared responsibility. Being in another country, regardless of duration, comes with certain expectations. Respect local laws. Respect local culture. Respect local communities. Respect the people who call it home. These expectations are universal, not unique to Vietnam. And when they are not consistently met, it can slowly influence trust between visitors and the broader community.
In many countries, a combination of approaches is often used to manage similar challenges. These typically include clearer enforcement of existing regulations, improved communication of rules, and development of more structured legal pathways for long-term stays. In addition, some systems also incorporate incentives that reward compliance, such as simplified renewals or longer-term approvals for those who consistently follow regulations. Another important element is education, making sure visitors understand expectations clearly from the moment they arrive. When rules are easy to understand and consistently applied, compliance tends to improve naturally over time.
Vietnam does not need to choose between openness and structure. Both can exist at the same time. A strong system can remain welcoming while also maintaining clarity and fairness. It can support tourism and international engagement while ensuring that rules are understood and respected. When expectations are clear and consistently communicated, trust tends to grow on all sides. And that trust is what helps sustain long-term openness. Vietnam is in a position where it can continue refining this balance as global interest continues to grow.
Vietnam remains one of the most remarkable countries in the world. For us and many others who frequently visit and stay long-term under regulation, Vietnam is more than just stunning scenery, incredible food, and affordability. We come because we deeply admire the culture, respect the resilience of its people, and truly value the opportunities the country offers. Vietnam's legendary hospitality remains one of its most defining and cherished strengths. The vast majority of foreigners who visit Vietnam do so respectfully and with a genuine desire to contribute positively. The key challenge, as we've explored, is ensuring that the actions of a small minority do not overshadow the strong and positive relationships built over time by so many others. At this stage, the hope is not for broad or blanket changes. Rather, there may be room for a balanced approach that includes clearer communication, fair and consistent enforcement, practical legal pathways, and continued mutual respect between visitors and the local community. If that balance is maintained, Vietnam can continue welcoming the world while preserving what makes it such a special and respected destination.
What do you think? Should Vietnam focus more on enforcement, more on education, or a combination of both? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out the related video on your screen for more fascinating content. Explore our channel for even more exciting videos. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to GlobeGazette for more incredible stories. Your support means everything to us. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.